Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel fam. Hope you're doing good. If you're seeing my video for the very first time, I bid you a very special welcome. My name is Elizabeth Rukky. Now let's head on straight into the gist, right? So Big Brother Level Up Reunion 2023. This is the day 5 and it was spicy. I wouldn't say it was drama filled as compared to the previous 2 days, but there were revelations. Okay, so it was basically the whole Groovy, Phyna, Amaka and Beauty situation in the house. Although Beauty did not speak at all, it was just Groovy, Phyna and Amaka. So it started with clips of them in the house. They showed Amaka and Phyna in the house when they were having conversation around how she, is not speaking with her, what she's doing with Groovy. And they also showed where Amaka was talking with Fam Savvy, telling him that, yes, she wasn't expecting Phyna to just move on to Groovy, although it's still okay because Groovy doesn't even like her, by the way, so there's no need for her to feel hurt, but she still feels like how will someone she calls friend just leave her like that and go to the man she said she was interested in? And so they asked Amaka to speak about it. And to be honest, do these ex-housemates have management? Because this is where you will know who has a solid management or team behind them. It's either they would package themselves well, the words they would say. If there's a scandal, they will try to just, quench it by apologizing, and they won't even involve themselves in unnecessary drama. Because to be honest, I expected Amaka to have moved past this. Okay, let me just talk about what she said first. She said that, she spoke to Phyna about her intentions and she was surprised that Phyna had already started a relationship with Groovy, the person she said go and talk to the man for me. And she didn't even come back to come and tell me that this is the situation or the guy doesn't like you. She just went ahead with him like that she felt it was not cool, was a betrayal of some sort. And Phyna was asked to speak about it. Phyna said yes, that she did tell Groovy about Amaka's intention, that okay, so are you ready for a relationship in the house now that Beauty is out? That he said no, that he just wants to stay and look at things. And then she said she told Groovy that because somebody likes you, and that's Amaka likes you. So, and Groovy clearly stated that yes, Phyna told him about it, about Amaka's likeness for him, but that he approached Amaka in the house and said, come, I heard from Phyna that you said you like me. That Amaka said no. Amaka said no, pretty much denying it in the presence of Groovy, that I didn't say I like you, but behind she told Phyna to, maybe she was ashamed because at the end of the day, the boy didn't show interest in her, didn't reciprocate it. So Amaka kept on and on talking about betrayal. Clearly, she was surprised to see somebody who was her friend in the house move on to the man she wanted. And Phyna spoke and said, yeah, she told Groovy, which has been cleared. And Groovy even said Amaka denied it when he interrogated her. But that, she didn't really see it as a betrayal then, even though, okay, she feels like she can still apologize because she did not go back to meet Amaka to explain the situation, that they fell out. Yeah, that was what she said, that they fell out. That's why she didn't go back to meet Amaka. She just continued. And Amaka was like, tell me what happened that we fell out. You just continued. And even when you wanted us to come back as friends with the Al Jazeera and CNN thing, I wanted us to clarify the thing. I can't be nursing anger in my heart over what you did and you just expect us to move on like that. We needed to discuss why you didn't come back to me. You just went on with the guy. Okay, so at the end of the day, we came to the realization that Phyna wasn't really sure she did the right thing. Yeah, because she felt like, okay, sort of, I betrayed Amaka. Maybe I should have gone back to her and explained the situation. But at the end of the day, the man chose me. The guy chose me. He wanted me. So I felt, okay, let me go on with him. Now, the very, very interesting part of the conversation was the one that has to do with Groovy and Phyna's relationship. Okay, so clips were shown of Phyna and Groovy in the house. All the emotions they showed, the kisses, the hugs, this one feeling each other, Indomie, their dancing, and all that. It was really, really, touching to see that, like a remembrance of everything that has happened between them. In fact, Phyna was even like smiling, doing her hands like, she was not looking like she's unhappy to see those scenes or remember that these kind of things did happen between herself and Groovy in the house. She was looking, cool, seeing those things. And, then the question asked, what happened between them, And Phyna spoke. Phyna talked about how she came about the fact that it was all a game for Groovy from the beginning. First of all, they had broken up several times, like up to 10 times during the course of the relationship. She said that. She also said that Groovy was confused. He couldn't make his own decisions. Like, he was really influenced by people, his team, his family, his friends, management. He wasn't so solid on what he wanted, right? She also said that when they went to Cape Town, they weren't even good. They weren't like talking. Maybe they broke up around that time. But immediately they arrived Cape Town, Groovy turned to, a Romeo. That all she realized was that it was all a game for him to chase clouds, to get publicity, because, okay, if he attaches himself to Phyna, he would be talked about, he would be in public light, like to boost his, prestige or popularity. She really dwelt on the fact that she saw clips of him talking to Chizzy, that Chizzy advised him that, okay, you like Chumzy, but go for Phyna because she has like a strong stand outside and that would favor you in the game. And also when he talked to Daniela about liking Chumzy, that Daniela said, okay, you know what, in the house, just stay with Phyna. When you go out, you can pursue whatever you want with Chumzy. And that, several things happened in the relationship where people, accused her of several things. Groovy didn't come up to defend her the same way. She also decided not to even defend him when there were allegations. Now, the allegations are things like, somebody hitting somebody. And that was, they said Phyna, hit Groovy. And she said she has never done any of such, that in fact, she has never insulted Groovy verbally. So how would she do that? That she never did that. That it was just a propaganda by any fan base just to pull her down, right? So she said lots of things. In the course of her saying this, Groovy interrupted, several times and said his own bit. I will come to his part later. But when Groovy, she said something about, that's Phyna, said something about feeling guilty when she first started the relationship with Groovy, that she felt like, because of what people would say, she felt like she needed to apologize to Beauty, that if she goes out of the house, she would like to explain, see Beauty and talk about it, right? But you know what happened later, how she said, well, she doesn't care, she doesn't owe Beauty any explanation. But at the beginning, she had that kind of feeling, guilty feeling. But later she got to just, whatever, I'm just going to go on with this guy, because she said she genuinely liked him. But when she noticed all these things, like outside the house, the clips and whatever, she decided that, okay, this is a game, I'm going to go on to it. So Phyna still maintained that it was a game for her. So when she talked about having remorse at the beginning for having a relationship with Groovy, Groovy said he cannot remember her saying that she felt remorseful, that why would she even feel bad because she was the one that kissed him first. And Phyna laughed. Now, it's probably true that Phyna kissed Groovy first, but I recall also that Groovy said it's her he likes, like he doesn't like Amaka, it's her. So if you've already told a girl that you are the one I like, so if Amaka is coming to me for a relationship, I don't want Amaka, it's you, meaning you're telling me you can date me, right? So if she kisses you first, you've already told her she's the one you like, so I don't think there's any problem with who kissed who first, right? So moving on, Groovy was asked to speak. He said that the relationship didn't work because of irreconcilable differences, that they had back and forth, people were not really what influenced it, that he told himself that the relationship outside the house would be different from the one inside. There were lots of dynamics around it. He doesn't want to go into details, but the allegations they made against him weren't true, just that they fell out, it didn't work. So Groovy was not really interested in saying why they broke up. But the fact that Phyna had said things like, okay, you were inconsistent, you were confused, it was a game for you, you wanted Chomzy, now you didn't go for who you wanted, you just came for me for the popularity. So Groovy wasn't having that. Groovy was trying to say, no, I went for my choice. He was trying to quell that, but I didn't buy that, because why would you tell several people I like this girl and then you are going for another girl? And then when you went outside the house, you people broke up several times, you still came back, and now you are saying that in fact, the whole thing Groovy was trying to say, to me, he really didn't like Phyna from the beginning as much. He wasn't in love with her. Maybe he liked her. He wasn't really in love with her. So it wasn't bound to last. He already knew that from the beginning. So I feel somehow about it. So if you know that this person you're going to date, be in a relationship with, it will not last, I think you shouldn't even go in the first place, because you just want to go and get what you will get and then bounce. So going into a relationship with that mindset that this thing will not last because I already have my spec, I have somebody I really like, and we will definitely just shine a bit and then I will go back to my choice and whatever. And he even said that when he got out of the house, he didn't go and meet Chomzy. That even in the house, he and Chomzy had agreed that they won't date. So it wasn't like it was going. So now, let me say something. The thing they are accusing Phyna of doing, going for a man that her friend already liked or likes, is it not the same thing that Groovy did to Elo Swags? Because you kept on talking about liking Chomzy when you knew that Elo Swags was dating Chomzy in the house. They had a thing, there was a ship there, and you kept on talking about Chomzy. Even if Chomzy is giving you green light, you knew a fellow brother is already dating her in the house, and you don't even know how it would be outside. Because for me, Elo Swags really liked Chomzy. It was Chomzy that wasn't really up there with him, but they did stuffs. They were under the duvet moment. So if Phyna went for him, regardless of the fact that Amaka liked him, he also was interested in Chomzy and even made advances several times, even when Elo Swags had her as a 10. So I just saw it was just a charade for him. He just wanted temporary attention, and that hurts, because Phyna claimed that she also played the game, but I know she's just saving face. It wasn't a game, she was in it. It just didn't work. So I'd like to hear what you think about this whole back and forth. Okay, thank you.